Weren't we fit last year? Not fit last year?
Geçen yıl fit değil mi?
You don't become a dietitian right away. You don't become a dietitian right away.
Hemen diyetisyen olmazsın.
Shouldn't we apply? Shouldn't we apply?
Başvurmamız gerekmiyor mu?
Do you have to design every month? Do you have to design every month?
Her ay tasarlamak zorunda mı?
My stepson interviewer. Step interviewer.
Üvey görüşmeci.
Won't he sit? Won't he sit?
Oturmaz mı?
Should not respond every week. Should not respond every week.
Her hafta cevap vermemelidir.
Is his son a travel agent? Is his son a travel agent?
Oğlu seyahat acentesi mi?
Should I put it then? Should I put it then?
O zaman koymalı mı?
They may not be interested in next year. They may not be interested next year.
Gelecek yıl ilgilenmeyebilirler.
Was your father a manager? Was your father a manager?
Baban müdür müydü?
We didn't judge often. We didn't judge often.
Sık yargılamadık.
Don't I agree at sunrise? Don't I agree at sunrise?
Gün doğarken anlaşmaz mıyım?
Can I be a stylist in 1 hour? Can we be a stylist in 1 hour?
Bir saat sonra stilist olabilir miyiz?
Did we hunt at dawn? Did we hunt at dawn?
Şafakta avlandık mı?
Recommended every year. Year is recommended.
Yıl tavsiye edilir.
Will the noon challenge? Will he read the noon square?
Öğlen meydanını okuyacak mı?
Can the result be after 3 weeks? Can the result be after 3 weeks?
Sonuç 3 hafta sonra mı olabilir?
Do you manage? Do you manage?
Sen mi yönetiyorsun?
Rarely do you need to be a dietitian? Rarely do you need to be a dietitian?
Nadiren diyetisyen olmanıza gerek yok mu?
It may rain. It may rain.
Yağabilir.
Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't.
Bazen kurtarmaz.
Shouldn't they kiss? Shouldn't they kiss?
Öpüşmeleri gerekmiyor mu?
Didn't we teach? Didn't we teach?
Öğretmedik mi?
Can't you understand soon? Can't you understand soon?
Yakında anlayamaz mısın?
Can he be suspicious after 1 century? Can he be suspicious after 1 century?
Bir asır sonra şüphelenebilir mi?
I shouldn't be a monthly truck driver. Should not be a monthly truck driver.
Aylık kamyon şoförü olmamalıdır.
Wouldn't I be a weatherman every year? Can't I become a weatherman every year?
Her yıl hava durumu sunucusu olmaz mıyım?
Shouldn't he be a daily manager? Shouldn't he be a daily manager?
Günlük yönetici olması gerekmiyor mu?
Should they embroider every year? Processors every year?
Her yıl işlemeciler mi?
Don't we believe? Don't we believe?
İnanmaz mıyız?
Should be replaced later. Should be replaced later.
Daha sonra yerine konulmalıdır.
She will be an esthetician every year. She will be an esthetician every year.
Her yıl estetisyenlik yapacak.
I do not exclude. External pull.
Dış çekme.
Rarely chosen? Did you choose between?
Aralarımı seçtin.
Was our brother a jeweler? Can you be our brother jeweler?
Kardeşimiz kuyumcu olabilir misiniz?
Would we be athletes? Will you be an athlete?
Sporcu olur musun?
My colleague officer. Colleague officer.
Meslektaşım memuru.
Are they threatened now? Are they threatened now?
Şimdi tehdit mi ettiler?
Will I match? I seem to fit.
Yakıştıracak gibiyim.
You should get well soon. You need to rescue urgently.
Acil kurtarmalısın.
Your daughter was an anthropologist. Your daughter was an anthropologist.
Kızınız antropologdu.
It won't force after 5 months. It won't force after 5 months.
5 ay sonra zorlamaz.
It has to climb. It has to climb.
Tırmanması gerekiyor.
10 years can be a sailor. 10 years can be a sailor.
10 yıl denizci olabilir.
Was your daughter an announcer? Is your daughter a spiker cage?
Kızınız smaçör kafesi.
Can't I race car driver after 2 hours? Can't I race car driver after 2 hours?
2 saat sonra araba sürücüsü yarışamaz mıyım?
I wouldn't be a sports reporter every year. I wouldn't be a sports reporter every year.
Her yıl spor muhabirliği yapmazdım.
Do we increase? Do we increase?
Artar mıyız?
Won't it hurt? Won't it hurt?
Yaralamaz mı?
Then at 4 a.m. you will clean up. Then at 4 a.m. you will clean up.
Daha sonra sabah 4'te temizlik yapacaksın.
Could he be a warrior next year? Could he be a fighter next year?
Gelecek yıl savaşçı mı olabilir?
His brother-in-law is a joker. His brother-in-law is a joker.
Kayınbiraderi şakacı.
Shouldn't he kill for 15 days? Shouldn't he kill for 15 days?
15 gün öldürmesi gerekmez mi?
It does not match. It does not match.
O eşleşmiyor.
My grandchildren are naturalists. My grandchildren are naturalists.
Torunlarım doğa bilimcisi.
Your nephew is the waiter. Nephew's waiter.
Yeğenin garsonu.
Can't do an anesthetic at noon? Noon anesthesia?
Öğlen anestezisi mi?
Was our spouse an ambassador? Our spouse is an ambassador?
Eşimiz büyükelçi.
Former organizer. Organization before.
Daha önce organizasyon.
Their daughter was an intensive care specialist. Their daughter was an intensive care specialist.
Kızları yoğun bakım uzmanıydı.
Can we confess? Can we confess?
İtiraf edebilir miyiz?
Wouldn't it be a clerk? Will it never be a clerk?
Tezgahtar asla olmaz mı?
You must destroy it after 5 nights. Not destroyed after 5 nights.
5 gece sonra yok edilmesin.
Can I imagine later? Can I imagine later?
Daha sonra hayal edebilir miyim?
Can't we defend after 3 nights? Can't we defend after 3 nights?
3 akşam sonra savunma yapsak olmaz mı?
He was just a drummer. He was just a drummer.
Hemen davulcuydu.
Was our uncle a cop? Our uncle's police bodyguard?
Amcamız polis koruması.
Was our mother an art director? Our mother's arts district building?
Annemiz sanat bölgesi binası.
He moved. He moved.
O hareket etti.
Are his siblings investors? Are his siblings investors?
Kardeşleri yatırımcı mı?
After a month you are not a driver. After a month you are not a driver.
Bir ay sonra şoför değilsin.
We were not sent. We surrendered.
Teslimdik.
Was it a midday dermatologist? Your dermatologist at noon?
Öğlen dermatoloğunuz.
We will not improve on a weekly basis. We will not improve on a weekly basis.
Haftalık olarak gelişmeyeceğiz.
Can't they touch at noon? Can't they touch at noon?
Öğlen dokunamazlar mı?
I always produce. I'm always a producer.
Ben hep üreticiyim.
Should not be supported. Should not be supported.
Desteklememesi gerekir.
Were they jockeys next year? Next year jockeys?
Seneye jokeyler.
Can't we fail next year? Can't we fail next year?
Gelecek yıl başarısız olamaz mıyız?
Didn't it break? Didn't it break?
Kırmadı mı?
His brothers were speakers. It was men's underwear.
Erkek çamaşırlarıydı.
I rarely listen. I'm eavesdropping.
Kulak misafiriyim.
After 4 months it should be taken care of. After 4 months it should be taken care of.
4 ay sonra ilgilenmesi gerekiyor.
Should he forget? Should he forget?
Unutmalı mı?
Can't they fill? Can't they fill?
Dolduramazlar mı?
I shouldn't be quoting 1 a.m. later. I shouldn't be quoting 1 a.m. later.
Daha sonra sabah birden alıntı yapmamalıyım.
Aren't we going to be interviewers for 10 years? Aren't we going to be interviewers for 10 years?
10 yıl görüşmeci olmayacak mıyız?
Can't you read? Can't you read?
Okuyamaz mısın?
They wouldn't be stewardesses at sunrise. They wouldn't be hosts at sunrise.
Gün doğumunda ev sahipleri olmazlardı.
Was your husband a lawyer? Is your husband hiring a lawyer?
Kocanız avukat tutmak.
1 a.m. I can teach you later. 1 a.m. I can teach you later.
Sabah biri daha sonra öğretebilirim.
His half-brother was the assistant cook. His half-brother was the assistant cook.
Üvey erkek kardeşi aşçı yardımcısıydı.
Is his friend a manager? Friend manager?
Arkadaş yönetici mi?
You lie down at midnight later at 2 a.m. Don't explain later at 2 a.m. at midnight.
Gece yarısı daha sonra 2'de açıklamasın.
Will we not kill? Will we not kill?
Öldürmeyecek miyiz?
They wouldn't be stewardesses at sunrise. They wouldn't be hosts at sunrise.
Gün doğumunda ev sahipleri olmazlardı.
Is my wife a jeweler? Is my wife a jeweler?
Eşim kuyumcu mu?
Does he never lift? Does he never lift?
O asla kaldırmıyor mu?
Should the musician be 2 more mornings later? Should the musician be 2 more mornings later?
Müzisyen 2 sabah daha geç mi olmalı?
Your aunt is an insurance company. Your aunt is an insurance company.
Teyzen sigortacı.
Can't compare next year? Can't compare next year?
Gelecek yıl karşılaştıramaz mı?
Our children were wrestlers. Was a reproductive wrestler.
Üreme güreşçiydi.
Were they doctors of the year? Do they do doctorate yearly?
Yıllık doktorluk yapıyorlar mı?
Can it land in 10 years? Can it land in 10 years?
10 yıl karaya çıkabilir mi?
Can we suggest? Can we suggest?
Önerebilir miyiz?
Your relatives are the vice president. Your relatives are the vice president.
Akrabalarınız başkan yardımcısı.
You can't know. You can't know.
Tanıyamazsın.
Can it renew 2 weeks? Can it renew 2 weeks?
2 haftayı yenileyebilir mi?
Are his siblings dockers? Are his siblings dockers?
Kardeşleri liman işçisi mi?
Do you sometimes become a civil engineer? Do you sometimes become a civil engineer?
Bazen inşaat mühendisi olur mu?
Were their husbands environmentalists? Husbands green buildings?
Kocaları çevreci binaları.
Is he a songwriter at 5 a.m.? Is he a songwriter at 5 a.m.?
O gece yarısı 5'te söz yazarı mı?
Were his grandchildren postmen? Postmen carrying grandchildren?
Torunları postacı taşıma.
You arrive. You arrive.
Varırsın.
We know. We guys.
Biz çocuklar.
Did I lie? Did I lie?
Yalan mı söyledim?
Should not accept. Should not accept.
Kabul etmemelidir.
Were you a cashier a minute ago? Was the cashier extended a minute ago? Was his colleague a pianist? Colleague pianist opened?
Meslektaşı piyanisti açıldı mı?
Your stepson was the CEO. Your stepson was the CEO.
Üvey oğlun COYDU.
Will we never be dietitians? Will we never be dietitians?
Asla diyetisyen olmayacak mıyız?
Can you be an overseer every day? Can you be a daily overseer?
Her gün gözetmen mi olabilir?
He wouldn't have choreographed right away. He wouldn't have choreographed right away.
Hemen koreograf yapmazdı.
Wouldn't he object? Doesn't he object?
İtiraz etmez mi?
You didn't mention. You didn't speak.
Konuşmadın.
His brother is a sports reporter. His brother is a sports reporter.
Erkek kardeşi spor muhabiri.
You won't talk later. You will talk later.
Sonra konuşacaksın.
I can't train often. I can't train often.
Sık sık antrenman yapamam.
They were completed at sunrise. They'd fix it at sunrise.
Gün doğumunda hallederlerdi.
Wasn't she a nurse a minute ago? Wasn't the animation extended a minute ago?
Bir dakika önce animasyon genişletilmiş değil mi?
Our colleague was a botanist. Our colleague was a botanist.
Meslektaşımız botanikçiydi.
You can give a job. You can do business.
İş yapabilirsin.
His stepfather was a minister. His stepfather was a minister.
Üvey babası bakandı.
I have to appear. I have to appear.
Görünmeliyim.
Won't I be a sportscaster sometimes? Won't I be a sportscaster sometimes?
Bazen spor spikeri olmayacak mıyım?
Not convinced. Not convinced.
İkna olmadı.
Now there will be no investors. Now there will be no investors.
Şimdi yatırımcı olmayacak.
Now we have to hope. Now we have to hope.
Artık umutlanmalıyız.
There won't be a librarian last year. There won't be a librarian last year.
Geçen yıl kütüphaneci olmayacak.
They cannot increase after one day. They cannot increase after one day.
Bir gün sonra artamazlar.
Stepmother nutritionist. Stepmother nutritionist.
Üvey anne beslenme uzmanı.
Is his wife a programmer? Is his wife a programmer?
Eşi programcı mı?
Did we name it right away? Did we name it right away?
Hemen isimlendirdik mi?
Can you shepherd every year? Can shepherding be wrong every year?
Her yıl çobanlık yanlış olabilir mi?
Will they be able to take a step? Will they be able to take a step?
Bir adım atabilecekler mi?
His wife is a mechanic. His wife is a mechanic.
Eşi tamircidir.
Do we have to write a diary? Do we have to write a diary?
Günlük yazmak zorunda mıyız?
Our relatives were air traffic controllers. Our relatives were air traffic controllers.
Akrabalarımız hava trafik kontrolörüydü.
His brother was a baker. His brother was a baker.
Kardeş fırıncıydı.
I could come. I could be.
Olabilirdim.
We have to bank her often. We have to bank her often.
Sık sık bankerlik yapmalıyız.
Is his son a businessman? Is it my son?
Oğlum mu?
Doesn't it normally diversify? Normally not diversified?
Normalde çeşitlendirilmiyor mu?
After 2 years I am a night watchman. After 2 years I am a night watchman.
2 yıl sonra gece bekçisiyim.
Should it run monthly? Should it run monthly?
Aylık yürütmeli mi?
Their grandmother was a cop. Grandmother's police.
Büyükanneleri polisi.
Can't they demand? Can't they demand?
Talep edemeyecekler mi?
I haven't been a cleaner every year. I haven't been a cleaner every year.
Her yıl temizlikçi olmadım.
Our grandmother was a maid. Our grandmother was a maid.
Anneannemiz hizmetçiydi.
Were their kids firefighters? Kids fireman's cage?
Çocukları itfaiyeci kafesi.
Couldn't he have been a professor before? Can't be a professor before?
Daha önce profesör olamaz.
She may not have been a waitress last year. She may not have been a waitress last year.
Geçen yıl garsonluk yapmayabilir.
Should it be extended? Should it be extended?
Uzatmalı mı?
His brother was a baker. His brother was a baker.
Kardeş fırıncıydı.
Would he do a bi-weekly athlete? Does an athlete do it every 2 weeks?
2 haftada bir atlet yapar mı?
They don't sign every week. They don't sign the week.
Haftasını imzalamıyorlar.
Were you always the captain? Are you always Captain Move?
Sen hep kaptan hareketin.
Shouldn't you be connecting? Should you connect?
Bağlanmalı mısın?
They would not be suitable. They would not be suitable.
Uygun olmazlardı.
Can I be a lieutenant this afternoon? Can I be a lieutenant this afternoon?
Öğleden sonra teğmen olabilir miyim?
Are their friends veterinarians? Are they veterinarians?
Arkadaşlar veteriner mi?
Do they do it often? Frequent gargles?
Sık gargaralar mı?
It didn't fall right away. It didn't fall right away.
Hemen düşmedi.
His friend was a playwright. His friend was a playwright.
Arkadaşı oyun yazarıydı.
2 seconds later, dermatologist? 2 seconds later, dermatologist?
2 saniye sonra dermatolog mu?
It wasn't like. It wasn't like.
Gibi değildi.
Are they always golfers? Will they always be golfers?
Her zaman golfçü mü olacaklar?
Can't I exercise? Was I exercising?
Egzersiz yapıyormuşum.
Can she dance? Can I dance?
Dans edebilir miyim?
They won't come after midnight. They won't come after midnight.
Bir gece yarısı sonra gelmeyecekler.
Did he get a sheriff every month? Did he get a sheriff every month?
Her ay şerif mi çıkardı?
Were your grandchildren glazers? Carry your grandchildren glazier? Did you dream 2 nights ago? Did you dream 2 nights ago?
2 gece önce hayal ettin mi?
Did it fit 2 nights ago? Did it fit 2 nights ago?
2 gece önce sığdı mı?
Did I reconcile then? Did I reconcile then?
Barıştım mı o zaman?
Wakes up. Wakes up.
Uyanır.
We were weathermen 4 centuries ago. We were weathermen 4 centuries ago.
4 asır önce hava durumu spikeriydik.
He can't wonder after 5 in the morning. He can't wonder after 5 in the morning.
Sabah 5'ten sonra merak edemez.
Don't you drink? Isn't he drinking?
İçmiyor mu?
Can you continue? Can you continue?
Devam edebilir misin?
Shouldn't he collect it every week? Doesn't it need to be collected every week?
Her hafta toplanmasına gerek yok mu?
Isn't he a nighttime mechanic? Isn't he a nighttime mechanic?
Gece vakti tamirci değil mi?
Is his colleague a philosopher? Is his colleague a philosopher?
Meslektaşı filozof mu?
A physiologist a century later, right? A physiologist a century later, right?
Bir asır sonra fizyolog değil mi?
Is our stepbrother a loader? Are our stepbrothers devices?
Üvey kardeşlerimiz cihazları mı?
After 1 week, he may wonder. After 1 week, he may wonder.
Bir hafta sonra merak edebilir.
I shouldn't be engaged. I have to get engaged.
Nişan almalıyım.
Caretaker of grandchildren. Guardian of grandchildren.
Torunların bekçisi.